Welcome back, it's Nan, and today I have a pretty big video for you guys. We are getting some news that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart previews will be dropping on Wednesday, May 12th. We are going to be talking about Sony's next-gen PlayStation VR, which is reportedly 4K, has vibration motors, and more. Very exciting stuff. We're going to be seeing a new boost in the UK for PS5 stocks, so get ready to secure those if you do live in the area. We also have a rumor of alternative PS5 controller colors happening, which is kind of obvious. We expected that eventually, but it's looking like it's sooner rather than later. We have news of PS5 selling rapidly, outpacing the PS4 in Japan as more stock is arriving. And lastly, we have a Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade update. Now, before we get into that, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now, let's get started with this Ratchet and Clank update. This originally comes from Joe Miller at Joe Miller101 over on Twitter, and he states the embargo for #Ratchet PS5 Previews drops this Wednesday, May 12th at 7 a.m. PT, 3 p.m. BST, and 11 p.m. JST. Get ready. And this actually lines up. I know I see a lot of comments here saying, well, who's Joe Miller? What does he know? Well, if you guys don't trust Joe Miller, I bet you guys are going to trust Greg Miller, because Greg Miller is also saying, heads up, PS I Love You XOXO is posting Wednesday this week due to an embargo, which lines up quite well with this other tweet. So I'm very confident that this is actually revolving around Ratchet. Now, obviously, this is very exciting. We know that Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is the next big PlayStation 5 game. It's an exclusive to the platform. It's going to take advantage of everything that the PS5 has. So we're all very excited about it. This also shows quite a bit of confidence on PlayStation's end of things. Like, they must really feel confident in what Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart has to offer if they're showing this game off this early, right? Like, this is basically almost a month in advance. So it's quite early to be showing off a game. Now, obviously, there's no reason to feel otherwise if you really feel confident about your games. We know Insomniac polishes their games really well. They show off their games, and they always look good. So there's no reason not to be confident, at least for Insomniac. So I'm excited to see this. We'll see what happens. I think we're going to have a lot to discuss come May 12th. I'm hoping we'll also get a PlayStation blog post diving into this with like a preview or something, right? Something that's a little more no commentary, kind of just looking at it for us who, you know, aren't getting a chance to play it. Obviously, we're going to get the games journalists and the Greg Millers and all that, which is great. But I'd also like one from maybe somebody over at PlayStation to kind of just dive into, kind of the same way they did Returnal, right? I really like the way they did their preview. Getting one for Ratchet and Clank would be awesome. So really exciting news, guys. This is awesome. A lot to be excited about. There's a lot happening this week. I can't wait to see what happens there. But on to our next topic. This next one comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com, and it's titled, Next Gen PlayStation VR is reportedly 4K, has vibration motors, and more. So details of Sony's new PlayStation VR headset have reportedly leaked, according to multiple Upload VR sources. Sony's upcoming hardware will offer a resolution of 4000 by 2080 pixels. That's 2000 by 2040 per eye, which is slightly less than the current market leader HP Reverb G2 and a bit more than the Oculus Quest 2. It will also include a vibration motor, allowing developers to provide direct haptic feedback, a lens separation adjustment dial, and gaze tracking capable of foveated rendering. Sony has reportedly informed partners. The headset, which is said to use onboard cameras to track the positions of Sony's new VR controllers, will connect to PS5 using a USB Type-C connection. Taken all together, the new features define a truly next-generation virtual reality experience planned by Sony for PlayStation 5 owners, Upload VR reports. This is incredible. This is good to hear. This actually increases my interest in the PlayStation VR 2 for PS5, as this sounds like a more next-gen experience. This sounds like more of a intense virtual reality experience that I would be interested in. So this is really crazy stuff, and this actually just broke. I am quite shocked that these details came out. So we continue to see that this coming week is going to be big, and who knows, maybe we get an official source from Sony, like themselves, coming out in a PlayStation blog, talking more about the PlayStation VR for the PS5. Incredible to hear all this good stuff, and we're going to look more into this as this all comes out, and comes out from the official source naturally, because this is technically a rumor as of right now. And this comes from VideoGamesChronicle.com. This one is titled, Large UK PS5 Restocks Are Being Tipped for This Week and Next. Now, UK retailers are reportedly getting ready to make a large number of PlayStation 5 consoles available for sale in the UK this week and next. That's according to the PS5 Stock UK tracker on Twitter, which claims Game will make some 8,000 consoles available this week, and that Amazon is expecting to receive a shipment of approximately 10,000 units, its biggest restock yet, this week, hinting at May 17th to 19th drop. This is a very big deal for those of you who are trying to get a hold of one. Naturally, this is more of a big deal for people in the UK, not so much in North America and other places. So unfortunately for you guys, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But the UK, this is some really good news for you guys. I really hope you get a chance to get your hands on this one, and that the scalpers don't take up all these consoles again. I'm so sick of hearing about how these scalpers are making so much money on these consoles, you know, when they're not even that expensive to start, and then all of a sudden they boost the price of these things and people are buying them. Guys, you got to stop buying these scalped consoles. You're being a part of the problem. You're not solving it by buying these consoles that they're inflating in price. These people are not to be supported. Come on. We got to work together if we want to stop this from happening. But I also do agree that this is on the retailers to stop, you know, people from scalping these consoles. They got to put, you know, things in place to avoid this from happening. I don't know if they are doing that, if they're successful in doing that, but clearly based on the recent news, is somebody selling, what, they said 150,000 PS5s or something ridiculous like that being scalped. Man, that is ridiculous. There's no reason that that should be happening. But anyway, this is exciting news for those of you who are trying to get one in the UK. Look out for that. Now on to our next topic, and we're talking about alternative PS5 controller colors, and they're apparently en route, and this comes from pushsquare.com. So Spanish website Area Jugones, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It would probably be like Jugones or something like that, is renowned apparently for PS Plus leaks in the past, has heard that brand new PS5 pads are en route. According to the website, there will be 2 different colors to complement the existing white and gray options, red and black gray. The site doesn't have any pictures or documentation to support the speculation, but let's be honest, this is kind of an expectation. We're expecting a nice plethora of colors to come through. This happened with pretty much every single PlayStation generation. The fewest selection was with the PS1, but overall, this is to be expected. Now on to our next topic, and this one comes from Twisted Voxel. This one titled, PS5 has been rapidly outpacing PS4 sales in Japan as more stock arrives. So PS5 has been outpacing its predecessor in sales as the stock situation is slowly improving in Japan. It has sold through more than 500,000 units. In the latest weekly sales chart shared by Famitsu, PlayStation 5 has sold through more than 30,000 units. The lifetime sales are now 689K units compared to 648K for the PS4 once launch aligned. Now, here's the thing, guys. This is coming from after we've heard reports of how PlayStation is not as supported in Japan, or consumers in Japan aren't as excited about PlayStation, and this shows that that's not the case. The real problem was the lack of stock, and that's kind of the case all over the world. A lot of people want a PS5. Obviously, it's the most desired console to date, and we got records to prove that pretty much. So it doesn't shock me that it's doing really well in Japan when the stock is available, because it's going to do really well worldwide when the stock is available. It's just a matter of it becoming available. But this is further evidence that that's the reason why it wasn't getting the numbers that they were expecting, or what the media expected in Japan. I'm glad that that's been clarified here. Just kind of reiterating on what Sony has been saying for a while now. Now, the last topic of this video is going to be Final Fantasy VII Remake, and this comes from GameRant.com, titled Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade Yuffie DLC is download only. Very, very interesting. I know some people are not big fans of downloadable only content. So players who purchase the physical edition will have to download the DLC. The news comes via Australian video games retailer EB Games, which updated its store page for the game, stating that episode Yuffie will be a download code supplied in the game's case. Now, that could be bad for some of you. That could be awesome for some of you. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Personally, I think the only concern here is, once the servers are down and, especially after the scare that we had with the PS3 store and all this other stuff, is it possible that we're not going to be able to preserve this far into the future? Now, I hope that that's not going to be a real concern down the road, as I think game preservation is taken more seriously these days, and if this is going to be available on many other platforms like I expect it to down the road, then there'll be lots of ways to access this. But I totally understand why people would want this to be baked into the disc, just because you know for a fact that it'll always be there. Then you don't have to worry about servers and all that stuff. But that's all I have for you guys in today's video. I'd love to hear from you. What do you think of Ratchet and Clank previews going out this early? Do you think that shows a lot of confidence? What do you make of it? What do you think of PlayStation's next-gen VR 2 reportedly being discussed in these details that have been leaked, although not technically confirmed yet? How do you feel about this alleged large UK PS5 restock? Are you going to try to get one for yourselves, or do you live out of that area? How do you feel about the PS5 controller colors happening, if it is indeed happening? What do you think of PS5 sales rapidly outpacing the PS4 sales in Japan? And lastly, how do you feel about Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade Yuffie DLC being downloadable only and not packed into the disc? Let me know in the comments. And as always, if you have not subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. You can follow me on Twitter and Twitch. Links will be in the description, and share this video with a friend. I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.